here at Cinefamily for this screening of My Father Die. My name is Claire Lobenfeld. I'm an editor at Fact Magazine, and I will be conducting Q&A here tonight to talk about this great movie that we just saw. So without further ado, I'll have Sean Brosnan come out and come and talk about the film.
Hello.
I'm in the bathroom. I'm right here. Hello, Claire. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
If it's all right with you, I'd love to bring my cast.
I would love to.
Okay. Can I bring out the handsome and talented Joe Anderson? Is he here? Did he leave? I guess he didn't like it.
He's here.
No. Where are you, Joe? Gary Stretch, are you here? The god of menace, the devil himself? There he is. And the beautiful and talented Candace Smith. Hello, brother.
Yeah, the first question I had was for Joe.
Oh,
I think you're smoking.
Yeah, smoking.
Joe. Someone go get Joe.
Well, it's a question for you too, Sean.
Oh, okay.
Was the alligator that was skinned at the beginning of the movie?
I knew someone was going to ask that.
Peter.
Yeah, no, it was fake.
Okay.
Totally fake. Yeah.
It just reminded me of Cannibal Holocaust with the turtles. And
With the turtles? Yeah, no, it was fake. It was fake.
So this is your first full-length film, and I'd love to. It's a really theme-heavy movie. It has a lot of God and fatherhood in it, and I'd love to know where you came up with the concept for it.
Well, I want to kill my dad. I mean, that's pretty obvious. I'm joking. No, it's, I mean, thematically it comes from a play called Playboy the Western World, which is one of my favorite plays. It's an Irish play by John M. Synge. It was written in 1897, first performed at the Abbey Theatre in 1911, and then riots broke out because it was so controversial. And then, for its day then, they actually got called the Playboy Riots. Lasted for 2 days. Anyway, so I originally tried to kind of duplicate that, created in modern day and where to set it, and I was like, well, the original play is very God-themed, and obviously it's about a son that kills his father and vice versa, and I was like, where in today in America is that kind of prevalent, especially with the religious aspect and the violence, and the South seemed very apropos for it down in the bayou, and that's kind of how that came about. So, yeah.
Gary, how did your boxing career play into your acting in this film? And were you worried about competing with your castmates violently? Just kidding.
I just do movies Pierce won't do anymore. No, you know, it was, I didn't say too much, so it was a very physical role. So I just think that, I think having a kind of an inner confidence, I think boxing gives you that over a period of time. So, you know, trusting not to try and do too much, just to kind of sit in it. But it was so well written. The script was beautifully written, and when I first got the script, I was like, you know, this is dark, but it was a kind of crazy love story between a bunch of people, I thought, you know, again, all plaudits to Sean, because it was just a beautiful script that, as dark as it may be, I found there was a lot of light in it in strange corners, so a lot of fun.
I guess that sort of leads me into another question I had about the film, which was, there are sort of these overlapping circles of admiration, I guess we'll call it, and especially in the reveal that the person on the other side of the webcam is the pastor in the gimp mask. So I was just wondering how those sort of circles and overlapping of affection kind of popped into your head. How did you come up with that?
I don't know. I mean, I think everything is. I'm really dark. I don't know. I just think everything is. You should see my next movie. It's fucked. It's just really dark. And I don't know. To me, I can look at anything and I can read it crooked. If that makes any sense. A lot of times I'm one of those people that walk away from a conversation going, wait, did I just say what I did? Because in my head I said something really nasty, but really I was extremely polite. So I mean, to answer your question, within circles of, like, the preacher was always supposed to be, actually I wanted my dad to play the preacher. That's actually where I wanted to play the preacher, he declined. You know, but that would be good, wouldn't it? But I don't know. It just seemed right, and like, you know, I think it's moments like that made Gary. You know, you kind of root for the guy. As fucking nasty as he is, as mean as he is, you kind of, I don't know, you kind of like him. At least I do. And you know, and I felt like with the preacher, you're like, yeah, fucking let him have it. You know, like go on. You know, that's what I don't know. I think because they're both, you know, no one's a saint in this. You know, no one's a saint. So, and that's what I like to, I guess I was just trying to see who can get to the lowest bottom of the ring. And the preacher did it, I think. But, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, with Nana, in a way, she's, in some ways, sort of the moral center of the movie. And in a lot of ways, as Gary was saying, his character is very quiet. Obviously, Joe's character is narrating the film as in his childhood voice, but Nana sort of guides the story in a lot of ways. She's the center of the narrative, and I was sort of wondering, how do you prepare for such a role that's so physical, and also sort of, you have to be mothering, you also have to be defensive, you have sort of this past that is a little dark and heavy, so how do you go into something like that?
Well, I had probably less than a week to prepare from my final audition and start date. So it wasn't a lot of time to prepare. I thank God that physically, just growing up as an athlete and a tomboy in Dayton, Ohio, and spending all my summers in the South shooting guns and playing in dirt kind of helped. So it was kind of like when the opportunity came, a lot of me felt prepared, and then I just automatically, when I read the script, I was drawn to Nana. I felt like Sean knew me growing up. And I mean, you know, it's like you can't, these things just happen probably once in a lifetime. You know, who she is, I could relate to her in a way that I never got the opportunity to. It was always girl next door, pretty girl next door. You know, I never had the opportunity to reveal layers of myself, and Sean gave me that opportunity. And going back to what we said as far as empathy of characters, you know, Nana's not perfect, and that's something I love about this film. I mean, if you really pay attention, you know, there's a lot that's unspoken about Nana, decisions she made as a young girl. Yeah, she was influenced, but Nana's not squeaky clean. And I feel like this is one of those films where it's you know, good and bad is in black and white. There's lots of shades of gray. And I love that she is strong. Like, you know, when she reaches her lowest point, she gets back up. And as a woman, and the way I grew up, I always wanted that. Every time I watch a movie, I'm like, yo, bounce back, get up, go. And then there's just laying there. And I'm like, damn, you know? And so when Sean wrote this and he created Nana, it was like, yes, a woman with layers, nurturing, a mother, a leader, a fighter, a warrior. She's strong. And I thank him for that. I don't know if I answered the question asked.
No, you did. I think we could turn to you guys and see if anybody in the audience has any questions.
I thought it was very compelling. I was really taken in by this film. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. And what I got out of it to summarize what I was thinking is that love is all. Always, always.
Yeah.
And that's what I got out of this film.
So
Thank you.
It's my new tagline on the film. Thank you very much.
No, really.
Yeah.
Driven,
Thank you.
love driven. You know, there's a dichotomy of evil and good, and this that energy. I want to love to keep.
This question is for Nana. There are actually two questions. I'm a little unclear in the beginning of the film. Had you initially been forced to have consensual sex with the father? Was that in the script or
Right.
vague?
Yeah. I don't feel Sean defined that, and that was for the interpretation of myself and Gary. He actually gave us a lot of creative control, which I've never had before, and allowed me to actually collaborate, like be involved, especially in some of the more sensitive scenes, like the rape scene. There had been a sexual relationship. When you say consensual, I was a young girl in the South, as a black girl, a young girl in the South, with an older, intimidating white man. The definition of consensual gets a little,
Yeah.
a little cloudy. So there had been something there, and I think that in that rape scene, something that Sean and I both wanted to achieve in that is it was kind of a moment for me to make amends, to acknowledge my part in all of this, having been with the father and the son. And there was some guilt Nana was carrying.
The other question for you, Nana, is did you realize that the priest was your client?
No, I didn't. And I think, there's a lot of young women, especially in the South and in a lot of inner cities throughout this country that can relate to a character like Nana. They're not bad people. Strippers, I don't mind, not to quote Usher, but I mean, there's the webcam girls, there's the phone sex girls, there's the strippers, and a lot of them have more moral character than doctors and lawyers, it's very easy to judge people, but no, she didn't know that, and that's what's cool too about Nana, is it's like, yeah, she's doing the webcam sex thing, but she has a good heart, and she's going to church, and she's trying to raise her son the right way, and you see, like, it's not one or the other.
Yeah, no, I thought just because of your relationship with him that perhaps you might have suspected.
Not yet. I'm sure if we gave it more time.
I wondered if Chess, your son, was Asher's son.
Yes, John, tell us. Well,
Please tell us.
Maybe.
we don't know.
Maybe. Yes, it was.
Yeah!
Yes.
Okay, we can take one more question.
I don't need the mic.
Okay.
It seemed like a physically demanding film on a lot of fronts. Did you guys get out of this unscathed, or were there mishaps, if you will?
Okay, all right. Can I tell the story real quick? Okay, so we have to do a pickup day, right? The whole shoot was like 16 days or 18 days, something like that. And we shot the car chase scene 2 days. We had to do some pickups with just Gary, and anyway, so we're driving around. We're doing all the singles on Gary, and it's cold. It's really cold, and he's in that leather vest. He's driving the Harley. He's firing a gun with one hand and everything. He's like, Sean, come here. Tell me, does this look weird? And he pulls up his vest. His whole back was black and blue, like just bruised, like blood, like underneath the skin. And I'm like, Gary, that doesn't look too healthy. I'm like, that's not good. I was like, how do you think he did that? And then, I don't know if you noticed, but I have a very small scene in it where he knocks me out. And outside the biker bar, it's just like a quick little funny thing, and he pulled his back doing that. Didn't tell me, of course, and then, but And I was like, we should get you to a hospital. He's like, let's finish this take first. I was like, that's my guy right there. That was one of them. That was one of them. Joe would tell you some more if he was here.
The rape scene was pretty, I think, hard on Gary and myself.
Yeah.
Physically and emotionally. It was really hard because we wanted it to be authentic. And I kind of gave him the green light. And he took it.
She kept saying, one more take, one more take.
Come on, Gary, come on!
No, you know, it was, you don't think, but it was like, my elbows and my knees were like, you do a lot of, fight stuff, and that's easy for me, but the rape one was a little tricky, I think, with the knees and elbows.
His knees and elbows, right, but whose hips was hitting the floor?
No, you have.
Next question.
Next question, please.
That's actually the end of the Q&A.
Oh, good. Perfect, great.
Well, thank you guys so much for sharing this with us tonight.
I just want to say thank you, Sean, for the opportunity, and it was a wonderful experience. And
where's
he's
Joe?
He's the man.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming out. Tell your friends. Thank you. What's that?
When does it come out?
Comes out this Friday on VOD and in theaters in the Lumley down in Santa Monica. So it'll be running for like a week or two, I think.
On demand,
On demand.
Amazon, Google Play,
Yeah.
iTunes.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you so much.